take it away from me and be like,
God forbid you try to do something fun on a road trip.
It's like 8 hours.
Especially as a child.
It's
you know?
8 hours,
Like,
Mom.
Yeah.
I've read the 3 books that I brought with me. Let me play Mega Man Zero 2. No.
Oh my
No Mega Man
goodness.
Zero 2 for you, son.
That's
the vibe
sad.
of getting a new game right before a road trip is like low-key unmatched.
That's what I'm
That's
saying,
how I
though.
got.
Because- Yeah, my parents would take me to Target and they'd just be like, all right,
Dang.
you can pick one. And I'm like,
That's how I got.
Minish Cap, baby, let's go.
That's how I got into Mario and Luigi. Because we were going down to Arizona. This wasn't a road trip; it was by plane.
Mhm.
And my parents were
Plane
like,
trip.
"All right, you get to pick one game to take with you," and I chose Bowser's Inside Story.
Yes, sir.
That's how I got into Peak.
All I'm saying is your parents going out of their way to buy you games. Now that's different. See, like my dad only started getting me NSC games when it was something he knew that we would bond over. So every so often, like I think weekly, we might like go to like we would go to lunch, and then sometimes if like he was in a good mood, we would ask him to take us down to GameStop, and that's how I started getting Game Boy games. And that's how I got Superstar Saga, and that game is peak.
Yes,
But,
sir.
like,
Superstar
I haven't
Saga
played
is
any of
good.
the other like Mario and Luigi games. Honestly, I got all the way to the end of Superstar Saga, didn't beat it because younger me was like, okay, this boss fight is taking like more than 20 minutes, and I'm tired, so we're just gonna turn it off. And so I never ended up beating Superstar Saga.
I always
got all the way to the
wanted.
end, though,
I always wanted to play the Superstar Saga remake, but I just never got around to it.
because they brought in like one part of like what was it, Bowser's Minions? They combined with it. I want to say something like that.
Yeah, they had like a whole side mode, but I mostly wanted to play it just because I never played the original.
See, like I want to play it just so I can hear that battle music again, because that battle music is so. Ugh. Why do Mario games snap with the soundtracks so
They just
many
go
times,
so crazy
bro?
with the soundtrack.
Ugh.
Oh.
Again, we can talk, and I'll agree with you that Sunshine is a mid game, but the Delfino Island theme,
Delfino Island is crazy, so.
literally a generational song right
I
there.
actually like Sunshine, but it's definitely
No,
like
you don't. You like aspects of Sunshine. You don't like Sunshine that much.
I was gonna say it's definitely like the worst 3D Mario game, but I do like Sunshine.
But yeah. All right, guys. Welcome back to the pause menu.
Woo!
It's been a while. It's been
Yeah.
a while for sure.
It's been a little bit
But,
since I've been here. Let's get it,
we've,
baby.
Yeah, as I said, we've got a lot to talk about, though. As your host, Oscar,
He's
I'm here
back.
to introduce my other two co-hosts, Simon, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Sam,
Yes,
Simon.
squad. Yes, sir.
Simon, Sam, Simon.
Salmon.
Simon.
Mhm.
Yep,
We
Salmon.
just need more S's, and it'll be the
Um,
Super Special Sonic Search and Smash
Simon.
Squad.
Sim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you call me Sim?
Yeah.
No, like it's
Sim.
like Simon plus Sam. It's like Sim.
Oh, we're the Sims.
We sim, you sim, we all sim.
All right, but let's get into it. So we've got a lot to cover. As you guys know,
A lot of great stuff to cover.
A lot of fantastic stuff to cover.
My
So,
goodness.
recently, right, there's been Nintendo Direct. It's
And
always
what a
weird
direct it was.
What a direct it was. Now, I love following direct, speculation and hype because
Yeah.
it's always a thing where leakers will be like, "Oh, I think there's a direct this month," and then like you'll see like a 4chan leak, and it'll be
Literally.
like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna reveal, Unova remakes.
Splatoon 4.
They're porting Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. We're getting another Mario 3D All Stars collection." I'm
Exactly.
just sitting there like,
It's okay,
none of
like,
this is happening.
most
'cause
of this isn't happening.
you
for
know
sure.
why it never happens? Because they fail to account for the random stuff that nobody cares about in directs. Those are
Exactly.
always there.
That's
Did
what I'm
anyone
saying.
really care about Jamba Man or whatever? Or the
Dempa Man?
Yeah, the Dempa Man thing or whatever. No one cared about that.
I mean,
but
Hey,
it was
shout
there.
out to my over 30s, though. Shout out to my over 30s. They cared.
like
About Denpaman?
Probably.
No.
no, I feel like it's one of those things like it's super niche and obscure. Which one thing about Nintendo,
I can tell you about
is
Dempa
they're
Man.
always willing to give a niche obscure franchise
I
another
will say
go.
that. It's
They're
like that.
"Let's
It's like
do this
that. It's like
again."
that one in the last direct that like was a game that was on the DS and like hadn't gotten localized at all, but then they just brought it to the
Oh,
Switch.
yeah,
Another
another
code.
code.
Yeah.
That actually
I'm
looks
really
cool,
happy about
though.
It
that,
actually looked
you know?
cool. Yeah, I'm
It
not
actually
gonna
looks
lie.
really, really good.
But like, there's a difference between like it looks cool versus I'm handing over my wallet
And that's
Yeah.
the thing, right?
like to get this game.
I'd have to
You
see
know
some
what
more
I mean?
gameplay and I have to be in the mood. You know what I'm saying? I have to be in like in that like I have like $30 to spend and like there's a sale going on and ooh, you're 15? That kind of a mood.
I was about to
You know
say, yeah,
what I'm
like I think I'd been interested in Sea of Stars for a while, but like I was always like, like I could take that like 40 and like use it somewhere else though.
Exactly, you know
But
what
then
I'm
they were
saying?
like, oh, like we're doing a buy one get one type thing, and I
See,
was like,
that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
now it's a cop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's be
Mhm.
some like a little more on that angle, or like maybe if you make it like a little 20-30% off, which I don't know what it
Exactly.
is, but physical media just is not discounted ever at the same rate.
That's what I'm saying,
that
dude.
digital
I
media
was about to say like in
Yeah.
general, like what's like your threshold from this is not enough of a discount to, you know what, I'll get this right now.
I disagree. 15% is nothing. That's
It
nothing
really
to me.
is nothing,
So,
honestly.
about
especially
Geico?
like the lower the price.
Okay. Let's the insurance to game pipeline. You know, might be real. Wait,
It's kind of
let-
radical because one day you're just playing Mario 64, and then the next day you're like trying to sell someone like on like, this
Mhm.
package mixed with life insurance.
That's
mixed
what I'm
with
saying. I mean, like
voting
Yeah.
you might have had a concussion, which is why you don't remember all the steps in between.
Yeah.
Shout out Christian. But let Geico make a platformer better than Conker's Fur Day, and then we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
What about
or
those-
Gex
I mean,
3D?
they have
There
the
we go.
mascot. They can
What
do it.
happened to corporations that made games based on their like
Like their
based on the
IPs.
fact they're corporations? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I'm
I'm
Like
pretty
the
sure they
Grimace
were
game or
all
whatever.
bad. So,
Well, yeah, but like they had the boldness to make them.
It kind of
Which
goes
is
hand in
another
hand
thing
with like licensed games, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that many Hot Wheels games anymore, y'all. I'm not seeing any more movie tie-in
Hot
games,
Wheels
bro.
Unlimited just came out, and that like actually had a pretty solid budget.
Everyone
I
did say that
think.
was pretty decent. You
So-
know what I'm saying? But I'm like, in general, like, I can't go to Target anymore and be like, oh, let me look at like the games and be like, oh yeah, there's a Spy Kids 3 game, and there's like
Oh, yeah,
the
you never see
Incredibles
that
game.
anymore.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, where was the Inside Out game, bro?
Mhm.
Inside Out could have been a great platformer.
They were like,
Think about
I
that.
was
Collected
literally-
on platformer,
Yeah.
Inside Out characters, boom, that's money. Or
Like,
just
I
make it
was-
Sonic Heroes, but just Inside Out,
True.
easy.
I was looking through like this like list of ROMs,
Yeah.
just for research purposes. Research.
Yeah, we don't
purposes.
download
We
ROMs.
Yeah, we don't condone that.
We don't,
We don't.
emulate
Don't
ever.
Don't ask me what I use this for.
We don't
Anyway,
do that
um,
here.
So I was like, that's crazy. There were like 4 Ed and Eddie games. Like that's
Yeah.
never happening now.
That's what I'm saying,
I mean?
dude.
So like the Game Boy
Mhm.
licensed games thrived on
Out the
that.
wazoo.
Even the
Rugrats
obscure
had games, bro.
Yes.
Freaking Kim Possible had games on
I
that,
know.
John.
Even the obscure Cartoon Network shows I remember growing up, they had games. I'm like,
Literally.
gaming
honest-
used to be real.
Let's-
Game used to
man.
be good, bro.
let's be real. Even if there were licensed games like that, would you even care?
Yes, because of the preserving the culture, my brother.
It's more so about the
like,
culture. It's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. It's the sauce of it, right? It's just like, listen, it's like if a small town restaurant that you really like going to growing up and you haven't been there in say 7 years closes down, realistically, you're not going to care that much, but it's about the culture eroding from your area. That's what that means, bro.
Or like if you don't really have like an actual family to raise, but someone talks about like family values. For some
Yeah.
people, they're like, oh, like I suddenly care. Like it's that. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like,
you know?
but yeah, we're getting a little off topic. So this
Family.
Nintendo Direct, it was pretty insane.
Oh, man.
We've got all the trailers pulled up for us if we want a refresher on
Mm-hmm.
some things or some things that we thought were cool. But let's just start off with like the first game that was right out the wazoo.
Oh man,
Mario and Luigi Brothership.
man.
We were just talking about
Dude,
Mario.
We were just talking about Mario
that,
and Luigi.
Okay, the art style in that game alone,
I love
was
it.
Like, ooh,
I heard some people go,
mm.
low key, can the Mario franchise have this all the time?
Literally,
Low-key.
literally,
Like,
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. A cool switch up, especially again in light of Super Mario Wonder, switching up the formula and the art style there already.
actually,
I'm telling
this is
you,
not talked about enough. I love how Wonder looks.
yes,
Wonder looks really
how
good.
The
Wonder
look
looks.
of Wonder and the feel of it, even just little
It's very
things
like plastic toy, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's plastic toy without leaning as far as like Link's Awakening remake did. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
nah.
But it's like really fun and fluid and dynamic. I love the little touches like Mario needed to grab his hat when he goes into like a tube or whatever. Just stuff like that. It's just, but like I really love how the Switch has been like okay, if we're gonna make a mainline game, let's like change a couple things about it and see what sticks and what works.
I
I'm
think
loving
that's
this
why
era. I'm
they're
loving
so
this.
successful because like on like the Xbox or PlayStation, and I feel bad because I brought them up like this quickly in the Nintendo episode, I guess. But on the Xbox or PlayStation, like their bases would care so much about like oh, this game like looks very like like Lego Horizon. Like look at the
Yeah.
reception of Lego Horizon versus the reception to like something like the Zelda game, which we'll get to later, that was
Yes.
revealed in this direct. And like it's just like I feel like the fact that Nintendo's able to develop those, which don't take that much like firepower towards them,
Literally.
is like huge because like this console is literally about to die.
That's what
And,
I'm
like,
saying, dude.
It had a
This
direct
is an
like this,
Android
it's kind of
tablet,
insane.
basically.
This is an Android tablet.
No,
So-
I remember looking at the final announcement of Direct and being like, is the Switch going to be able to run this without like exploding?
All the memes
all
about
the
that have been
memes about that were so funny.
the part for it,
And
But dude, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like the fact that like they're pushing this hard and like it just like, and I'm probably gonna say this a bunch during the pod, but I feel like they're really leaning into the Switch being their experimental system and doing experimental stuff on this experimental system.
Yes.
Like with just Zelda shaking up their formula, like literally with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. With like Mario doing a lot of different new weird things, with like literally getting like more Splatoon games that are already super experimental on their own as games. It's just like, I'm loving this direction for Nintendo. I want to see more of that with the Switch 2. But like, how did you feel about that trailer though? Because we only talked about like the art style so far. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. So I was very surprised because my theory was like, okay, they remade Mario RPG, they remade Thousand Year Door. Clearly, because Alpha Dream went bankrupt, they don't know what to do with Mario RPGs right now, so they're kind of going back to their roots. So I wasn't expecting to see another Mario and Luigi game, let alone a new one.
Literally.
Yeah,
Dude.
Like
my reaction when I first booted it up, and I told Simon yesterday, I was like, I was so avid. I was like, oh, like we don't need any more remakes. And I was like, oh wait a minute, this is a new game.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
dude.
I immediately locked in because I was like, oh yeah, we're back, and it looks so good.
It really looks good. I
The
want to know
fact
how the
they've
Brothers
transitioned
moves is
it
going
over
to be.
3D.
the
And
3D
it
looks
like-
so beautiful
It looks
too.
so beautiful. The fact they transitioned it over to 3D and like it looks like it still retains the core identity of the
Yes,
series.
dude.
Oh yeah,
Because
Oscar-
I would have been cool with the pixel art, but the 3D and the cell shading is.
I have a question, Oscar. Last night we were talking about the direct. You said Charles Martinet is supposedly going to be in
said
Brothership.
that, like, he's sharing his role with Kevin Afghani, who's like the new voice actor for
Interesting.
Mario,
But
Luigi, and
that
Wario.
doesn't.
But I don't know how. I got
Huh.
this off like I think like the Nintendo wiki, which like updates
Yeah.
or whatever. So like I wasn't able to find another source that corroborated it. So that's why I kind of
Interesting.
That's
about that.
weird to me though, because like I couldn't imagine them both doing Mario and Luigi because they have such different voice direction. Unless like one's going to do Mario and the other's going to do Luigi.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know.
have no idea.
I mean, I guess we'll find out when we get the game.
I guess
You know?
maybe for all I know, this could be misinformation. It's
maybe
just
it could be story related.
That's what I'm thinking. You
We don't
know?
know.
I mean, maybe they're gonna give us a reason why they look all cell shaded versus all pixely. Who knows?
I don't know.
Say.
All I know is adult debate though.
All I'm saying is that game looks really, really good. But the real question is it gonna be a pre-order for y'all?
Maybe not a pre-order, but it could easily be a day one.
Yeah, I feel like with pre-orders, I haven't pre-ordered something in so long.
Me neither.
Mhm.
What was the last thing I pre-ordered?
I pre-ordered the new SMT.
Yeah,
Vengeance. Yeah, it's sitting in my
Vengeance.
house right now. I need to sit down and play that one. Everyone's really enjoying it.
nice.
I feel like
I need to finish the first one. So
actually you
You don't.
Oh, really?
You can just jump into Vengeance. There's like a choice you'll
okay,
get early
well,
on
right.
to get. Everyone says the new story is a lot better. Everyone says all the systems are a lot fleshed out. So check that out for sure.
Vengeance feels like the game they wanted to make but couldn't because of COVID, is what I hear.
Exactly.
oh,
You know?
that makes a lot of sense.
It's like a Monster Hunter situation where they were just like, no, Rise wasn't rushed. We just wanted to release the rest of the game later. No, Capcom,
no.
it's okay, buddy. We all understand. I feel though, getting back on Brothership though, I feel like I can see myself pre-ordering it. Like honestly,
see
the
myself doing it.
vibes of it though, it's like I'm really loving this trend of games tickling my nostalgia, but not jumping all the way in because it's just like, yeah, I remember playing this under the covers when I was like 9, Superstar Saga at least. But at the same time, I can play it as a whole adult on my hopefully Switch 2, and like it looks different, and it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I want to know how the Brothership moves are gonna work. I want to know what the story is gonna be like. I just have so many questions. The trailer was really, really cool.
There seems I feel
that
like
was
there's a
good.
weird electricity theme going on because there's like a bunch of plug face people. And
Oh,
if you look
yeah.
at the top of the Brothership,
a lot
it's
of
like
the animations are
it's
very
like
electric.
an
too.
entire island, but the very top of the sail has a light bulb on.
So like, I'm looking forward to whatever theme we got. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm over analyzing this.
as Nintendo fans are wont to do. But hey,
I feel like that's basically my thoughts. Is I'm excited.
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be better than Mario and Luigi Paper Jam.
or
Paper Jam was such a tragedy, dude. That game could have been so good.
Yeah, but
I am curious about who's developing this though. Is this being done in house at
Do we
Nintendo?
know?
no, we don't know.
I was about to say, I don't think we had any of the
I think it's
information
funny
about
though
that.
because I think that's something that's been on a lot of people's minds. Where it's just like, who is doing this?
Who
We just
making
have
game?
No idea.
Yeah.
Who's
was
making
game?
And I don't know if Nintendo's gonna really tell us, Loki.
I mean,
Until, like, the
whoever's
game,
doing
like-
it, I feel like they're doing a good job, at least from the trailer.
Oh yeah, no, they're doing a good job.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe like even though Alpha Dream went bankrupt, there were people who worked on those games working on this one.
It's kind of insane. Alpha Dream developed like a very successful sub-series for Nintendo, and like Nintendo just never thought to like acquire them. I don't even know if it would have took that many resources.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know Alpha Dream's whole story.
I don't even know how the business works. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm the guy who's like, PlayStation can make another Ape Escape if they wanted to. They just don't want to. It's like, it's probably not because the fact it's not profitable. Okay.
Real.
All right, we got one more. Well, not one more, but you know, another one. Dragon Quest III remake.
I'm happy that it exists. I've never been a big Dragon Quest guy. I could probably be converted into a Dragon Quest guy, but I'm glad that it's there. And also, like I said before, I'm probably not on the podcast, but I love HD 2D remakes. I will never get tired of any of them. They all look so beautiful, and I just want to I feel like each of them, the way they look, it's just like you can make a diorama out of like every scene, and I would be happy to have it on my shelf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really, really love them.
Not someone. I said this in the Discord a little bit, but I was like, if it looks like Octopath Traveler, there's like a 60% chance.
Literally, bro. That's what I'm
like,
saying.
There's a 60% chance I want it. Though I will say that obviously it doesn't lead to purchase. Like I just got around to buying Octopath 2. But like,
and then we're getting back on that. How much of a sale is worth me actually dipping into the fun sport argument?
I feel like Dragon Quest doing this though is big because most of the time when games do this sort of like, I guess quote unquote 2D HD kind of thing, it's either some new relatively niche RPG or it's some remake of an old RPG I never heard of. But everyone knows Dragon Quest, right? It's like a big deal.
It's a really huge deal.
Yeah.
Especially in Japan. So I was going back because I was like, I love this story so much. Well, not the story, but like I just love the significance of it because Dragon Quest isn't allowed to release on weekdays in Japan.
Oh, actually, so people can't just take off of work. That is so funny.
Because of Collins and school absences, you are not allowed to release Dragon Quest on a weekday.
I've heard that Dragon Quest releasing in Japan is the equivalent of like a national holiday.
Yeah, a random national holiday you get like maybe every couple of years.
I really love that.
I've desperately wanted to get into Dragon Quest. I've desperately wanted to enjoy Dragon Quest. I tried once. I bought the Dragon Quest 8 remake on the 3DS, and I enjoyed it, but I played it like on and off and never finished it. And I want to replay it someday, but I feel like in the meantime, Dragon Quest 3 remake might be the way to go.
I think it is. I think it might be the way to go. I'm always a fan of experiencing stuff like chronologically. Yeah. Even if you're like, well, technically the first Zelda game, it's not really great. And I'm like, okay, I'm still going to play it. And it's like, I like experiencing stuff chronologically. So this is really perfect for me, especially because they also are doing 1 and 2 remakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can I talk about that for a moment?
Yes. I was going to tell you to please tell me what you told me. Tell them what you told me.
I'm not a Dragon Quest professional. This is something I heard through the grapevine. Obviously, in the direct, one of the people who worked on Dragon Quest said that chronologically, this trilogy goes 3, 1, 2. However, I think I heard that it was 1, 2, 3 beforehand because in the first Dragon Quest, you hear about this hero who did this and that, and then he went here and got this. And then in 3, you are that hero. Yeah. So you're like, I know I need to go here because I heard about that in the legend. And I don't know if that's true. Like I said, I'm not into Dragon Quest, but if it's true, I think that's really cool. And I feel like
we'll double down on it anyway. We don't verify our sources around here. So
real gamers on Twitter be like, yes, sir.
Real.
I feel like Dragon Quest occupies this interesting space for me of like JRPGs I really appreciate exist, but I'm not sure if the systems would be engaging enough for me to want to actually jump into it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like with something like SMT, I've got Demon Collecting, I've got like Demon Fusion, I've got a lot of things that are kind of keeping me busy. But like since it's like not liking like cookies with no chocolate chips in them. It's like this is where we started, but that isn't. I don't feel like there's enough here to keep me like. I'm glad that this exists because we wouldn't have everything else. But I don't think I like just this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like
hey, I respect you, OG, but exactly, I don't know if I want to kick it with you every day.
I feel like, and maybe like the Dragon Quest people like in our friend group can let me know because I know Sam's played more Dragon Quest than I have. But like for me, it's just like. It feels like Dragon Quest is like cool, but very like super traditional JRPG. Like, and I'm not sure if that's really what I want to jump into right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel it. I own 2 Dragon Quest games. I've never even touched them, but I have
Real collector hours.
I have 11, I think, which people say is like
People say it was really good.
yeah. And then I have Builders, which people also say is it's alright. You know what I'm saying?
I might get the one Pokemon one they made. You know, everyone says that one's pretty fun. I think it's Dragon
Oh,
Quest
it's like-
Monsters.
Yeah, Monsters.
I
or
think
something,
so. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I say we're relatively excited for Dragon Quest.
I think it's
so.
cool though. I think it's really, really cool that we're getting that, and then it's
Yeah.
like coming out. And again, HE2D, never gonna be mad about that.
Never gonna be
We
mad
need more.
about it at all. The hype meter is it's here.
It's at a good
Here,
60% for
yeah.
me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes.
Percentages.
Easy.
Let's go. All right, yeah. So we got something that I was expecting. I don't think anyone here was expecting. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
You mean the Link to the Past remake?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, they're remaking Link to the Past.
I know,
And
right?
I was like, this is a little different from what I remember from
I
Link
know,
to
right?
the Past. I was like, what's going on, Link?
No, but that game looks so gas.
Oh yeah, it looks
I'm very ready for this game.
Yeah, just the thing about that is like, I remember when Enuma was talking about,
Yeah.
I would love to, have Zelda like be playable in a game. We just have to figure out how.
Mhm.
And then the Mad Lad did it like I think a
love
year after
that.
that interview. He was just like, "Oh yeah, we're doing it now," and I'm like, "Neat."
And I love how like
literally,
I
feel
wasn't
like-
expecting that at all.
Me neither.
because it's so crazy how we've gotten kind of the remedy of so many different jokes. Like slight spoilers for Dread and like I
Yeah.
guess Fire Emblem Engage if you want to skip. But in Metroid Dread, Samus becomes a Metroid, so you could be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's Metroid. She's Metroid. That is like unironically true. And
I
then
see Simon making a
with
face
Fire
like he
Emblem,
hasn't played Dread. Have you not beaten Dread?
I don't have Dread.
That's insane. Why are you
my
here?
fault, OG.
It's all good.
That's wild.
But and then you've beaten Fire Emblem Engage, all right?
No, but I'm not gonna care.
Mhm, go for
Okay,
it.
cool.
Go for it, because I'm not gonna carry that.
Neat. All right, cool. So, and then in Fire Emblem Engage, there are things called emblems or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Martha's like, Aleer, you're the 13th one. You're the fire emblem. And I literally was like, oh my goodness. Like, I was like, it'd be so crazy if they like did that.
Yeah, I
and
know,
it's
right?
like, we're doing it. He's the fire emblem. I'm like, that's so corny. All right, but
So
And now we got the first
Yeah.
Legend of Link game.
So,
you know,
this is actually a Zelda game. It's Zelda's
Literally.
Legend.
That's what I'm saying.
She's in it. She's doing she's been doing things, but you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean. Like she's like walking around and doing things.
If I could just say something really quick.
Yeah.
What I love about Echoes of Wisdom, aside from the fact that it's a Legend of Link game, quote unquote.
Yes, sir, baby.
I love that it expands on the freedom aspect that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom did. Because even though it's nothing like those games and a lot more classic, I still feel like with the ecosystem, there's a whole lot of like, we want you to experiment and come up with your own solution kind of thing.
Exactly. I cannot wait to see what kind of crack things people come up with, because seeing people make stuff, random stuff in Tears of the Kingdom was insane. Like
Yeah.
that first 3-4 weeks when it was coming out on Twitter, bro.
People were literally making like giant mech suits and
Literally.
just walking around Hyrule in them.
was
And
like,
I was
guys, I
like,
just learned
what
how
are
to-
you guys on? This
I
is
just
so
learned how the
crazy.
glue works. Like, can you stop? But legit though, like I think this game is gonna be really cool because again, it's just like more experimental Nintendo stuff. Again, we're getting like, when is this game coming out? Is it next year or this year?
September.
Yeah, like
It's
we're
coming out in September?
Yeah, dude, we're getting a
Oh
Princess
my
Peach
goodness,
game and a
my
Princess
wallet
Zelda
is
game
going
in
to
the
actually-
same year. Think about that, because we got
September,
Princess
October,
yeah.
November is going to be like a
Stacked.
bloodbath for games.
So stacked.
My
bro.
wallet is
How
gonna
is my
vanish.
credit card going to survive that?
It
That's so
won't.
crazy.
Better start making your payments now. But for real though, it's just
Oh,
like
man.
I'm love seeing them do unconventional things with their franchises that we've had for so long. You know what I'm saying? So all I need now is a F-Zero dating sim. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Why an F-Zero dating sim?
Because you wouldn't expect F-Zero to be a dating sim. In the same way that I wasn't really expecting Zelda to be a protagonist.
fair-
Or Princess Peach to be a protagonist in her own game. And that's not even like a platform.
Amy Rose
you know?
game?
That's what I'm saying,
on.
bro.
Let me
Amy
speak with
Rose,
the vision real
Amy
quick.
Rose action
Let me speak with the
RPG.
vision.
That's what.
Oh!
Okay, that one gotta go hard though.
Amy Rose
Ugh.
game taking place during Sonic Adventure 1.
There
And
we
it's her
go.
entire storyline, except it's just not off screen. You actually get to play it.
There we go. See, easy.
Yeah, I say you can hire me now, so
We're cooking.
I take cash or check. So.
Or free game.
I mean,
Or free
personally,
games.
personally, another Sonic Rush where you just play as Blaze, I think I'd prefer that.
I mean, any other game with Blaze in it would be kind of great. You know what I'm saying?
Also Cookie.
Like just any of them. You know.
Please,
You know what?
Sega,
Give me
bring
another.
Blaze back.
No. Give us another Sonic the Fighters, but good this time. Sonic fighting game
Sonic
could be
Battle
really
2?
Fun. Sonic Battle was
Sonic
really
Battle 2,
fun,
though.
but at the same time, I'm thinking about that as like the 11-year-olds who played it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, don't get me wrong, I have good memories of upgrading Emerald and like fighting everyone and using the attacks and everything. But like, would I want to do that right now? I don't know, dog.
I just want another Sonic game with the advanced sprites because like those were the best
Yes,
sprites the series have ever
dude.
had, and you're not gonna
Ugh.
fight me on that. I'm sorry.
Man.
Like, just the reason they're so often used in fan animations is just because of how fluid they are. They're
Literally,
so
dude.
good.
I'm telling you. Give me Sonic Advance 4, please. Please.
So what's
Fire.
next on the direct?
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I don't think any of us really care about this one.
No.
I'm glad I'm
because-
glad that it's here. I'm glad
Yeah.
that it's here.
I mean, yeah, because I know other people like Donkey Kong Country Returns. Because I mean, again, it is a thing that revived the series. Like, as it brought DK out of I'm here for the Mario mini games.
Yeah.
To, oh yeah, remember when I was my actual character, guys? Back when the SNES was a thing. And I appreciate that. I don't like Donkey Kong Country Returns as a game. But that's just me though. It's my least favorite Donkey Kong Country
I
game.
still have yet to play any of the actual Donkey Kong Country games. Like any of the way through.
Man. So Tropical Freeze is
I was
probably the
about
one
to
I'd
say,
say would be the best one to
I
get
feel like
into.
that's probably gonna be
So-
where I start. You know what I'm saying?
And then you can just kind of work your way back.
I mean, again, it's just like I feel like the way that I think about Donkey Kong games is like I'm at a happy neutral. You know what I'm saying? It's like if the neutral's right here, I'm like leaning towards happy versus like disappointed or like don't care. It's just like, you know, I'm happy that it's right there, and I'm happy that people can play it. What for? Is this the third remake it's gotten?
I think
Like
there's
the
Tropical
release
Freeze
again?
HD, and
Mhm.
then for Returns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so there's Returns on the Wii. Then they're like
Was
let's
there
port
was
it
there a
to the
3DS
3DS,
one?
and then let's
Yeah,
port it to the Switch.
exactly. You know, so hey,
But
what was that Game Boy Advance Donkey Kong where you had to use the triggers?
King of Swing.
Yeah, can we get that? Can
I
we
don't know,
can we
most
get
of
a
us
King
not
of
really that
Swing?
big of a fan of DK stuff outside of the platformers, but
Mhm.
you know it's
I remember I played that
How
for
it
like
goes,
30
though.
minutes in a Target as a kid. I really want that game, honestly. You know?
yeah. I mean, I like it. I think it's on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Oh,
so
actually,
it's only a matter of time until they bring
Okay.
it to
all right.
Switches. But we can talk about the pace of what they're doing that.
That's
with,
what I'm
but-
saying, though.
But
Okay. What's
if
next?
I had
What's
to,
next?
oh, sorry, I
Sorry.
was just gonna say, if I had to rank the Donkey Kong Country games, I'd say, 2 at 1,
Mm-hmm.
Freeze at 2, and then 1 at 3, 3 at 4, and like
Wow. 2
Returns.
freeze, 1 3 returns.
Yeah, 2
Interesting.
Freeze,
1 3 and then
1 3
returns.
returns. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Not bad.
yeah.
Returns is the only one I've actually like finished.
Yeah.
And I thought it was good. I don't think it's good enough for me to buy it again.
Oh yeah. Tropical Freeze though. When they came out with that, I was like, I'm buying that one again. So
I still need to get it on the Switch because like I played Freeze, but I never
got
beat the
funky
final
mode.
boss.
I was about to say.
got
You
funky
know,
mode.
that's what we're here for.
All right, moving on. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. So I'm not
Never
an Ace
played.
Attorney person.
Absolute
but-
cinema.
Yep, Absolute Cinema. I've watched Ace Attorney playthroughs though, and I enjoyed the series.
I'm really excited for this, but I'm not gonna buy it until I finish playing the original trilogy. I've heard that the Edgeworth games are really good though, and I'm especially excited about the second Edgeworth game because this is the first time it's ever been localized.
That's awesome, actually. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, we love localization. If only Nintendo could get on it with Mother 3, that'd be great.
Real. I feel like Ace Attorney and Professor Layton and games in that genre occupy the same like space in my brain of, oh yeah, that makes me think of playing Brain Age, and I never played Brain Age, so I never played any of those games. I did have a friend growing up who told me that he said without a shadow of a doubt that every time he played Professor Layton, his grades got better, which is actually really funny.
Yeah, I played Brain Age because that was around the kick where my mom was like, "Wait a
Educational
minute.
games.
Why am I buying you these games that aren't educational? I
Yep.
need to do a hard pivot."
That's what I was
It's
saying.
like,
My dad was
okay.
deep on the educational games when me and my sister were younger. Reader Rabbit, get on that. Math Blaster, get on that. We was on there, bro. Putt Putt Saves the Zoo.
Oh my goodness, Putt-Putt was going
Hey,
crazy.
Putt-Putt travels through time. Ugh, so good.
We're talking about Putt-Putt during the direct episode.
Putt-Putt gaming.
Putt-Putt gaming.
Hey, all those games are on Steam, by the way. So if you didn't know, all the Humongous Entertainment games are on Steam.
Pajama Sam is on
Yes,
there too?
I was about to say Pajama Sam played through with the guys. We got
what's
you.
the Fox Spy one?
Spy Fox?
Spy Fox,
Oh,
yeah.
I used to
Bro,
love those
were
games, bro.
crazy. Yeah, no, I love those as a kid because
Man.
you had this like super old laptop because my dad's a professor, and so like so he would sometimes just take these from like
The university,
the
see how that and
university,
everything.
'cause
Yeah.
he's, like and so we had one at home, just Jay chilling, and like I would play games on it. It was
That's what I was saying, dude. I feel like we don't get educational games anymore.
Yeah,
That's kind of like a dying or a dead genre, honestly. That's wild.
yeah, or they're like.
Maybe they're
Yeah,
all
kids,
on,
I don't think kids just want to play them anymore.
maybe they're all on iPads now. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe they're all just apps.
I feel like
You know?
I feel like all the software we say we don't see anymore, like the educational stuff and the shovelware, it's not that we don't see it, it's just that it's been moved to digital media.
Well, I mean, shovelware definitely exists. Have
That-
you seen
but,
I
I think-
the Nintendo eShop, but like licensed shovelware though, we don't see as much.
I think it's also a thing too where it's like since we're just not in the demographic, like we just don't notice it. Like as kids,
Exactly.
like
That is true.
we were literally just like, oh my goodness, this is the game
This is
of the
catered
TV
for
show
me.
I like.
Exactly.
Yoink! Like now we're literally like, oh, like I want to play Persona and I
That
want
is
to play
true.
Metaphor,
There
and I
probably
wanna
is
play,
like a Paw Patrol educational game floating out there that I just don't know
Oh,
about.
there is.
You know,
It's
what I'm
Funny
saying?
because I feel like
Yeah.
this circles back to literally what we were just talking about at the start of the episode.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
But
So
yeah.
we relatively excited for Ace Attorney.
Ace
you know,
Attorney.
especially
I'm glad that it's there.
Ace Attorney fans.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you
Nice.
people.
Yeah.
You guys are probably doing a crossword. You guys know y'all are probably playing Wordle right now. I hope you're winning. If
Ace
that's how
Attorney
Wordle
is
works.
less of a puzzle game and a lot more of a murder mystery, though.
That's more like a visual novel.
something like that.
Well, of course, but it's
Okay,
a,
yeah.
vi-
Wow,
a visual
know
novel.
that, you idiot! Wow, what's wrong with you? Huh? It's almost as if you haven't played the games or anything like that, idiot.
Oh no. Yeah,
You're
sorry.
thinking of Professor Layton. The Professor Laytons are playing Wordle because I also played Professor Layton as a kid.
I
But
played Professor Layton demos, and I got hyped when they were in the directs. I was like, "This looks really cool," but I didn't have the money to buy them, so I was like,
Really?
the only one I
it's
ever
fine.
played was Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. The story is, I unironically liked it a lot.
Yeah, everyone says the stories on those games are just dope. It's just like
The brain teaser puzzle game story go brr. That's all I'm gonna say. Same with the Ace Attorney games. Honestly, I liked the mysteries. I liked almost every single murder case from the first Ace Attorney because that's the only one I played. I liked it a lot.
The first murder case from the first Ace Attorney is so fun. Yeah.
Like the tutorial first one.
Yeah, like like you know the one where
The one where
we
his
were
name
playing
is-
it with our friend Brendan.
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's no
makes
way that
sense.
girl's dead." And then he was like, "No, like she's actually dead for real." And I'm like, "You're psyching me out." He's like, "No, Oscar, I'm not. Like she's actually
he
dead."
would say something
And
like
then I
that
was
to you
like-
straight face too.
And then like the game kept going on, and I was like, "Oh wow, she's actually dead." And he was like, "I was telling you that the entire time."
Yeah, no, the story is actually, I like it a lot. And I think if I had to rank the murder cases from the first one, it would probably be 4, 5, 2, 3, and then the tutorial one, which is the first one. Because the fourth one is just, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but the fourth one, which was the ending to the original one on the Game Boy, before the DS re-release added a fifth one, is so insanely absurd of an ending, but also so satisfying. Just play it. If you like murder mystery, play Ace Attorney. The entire trilogy remake is on
It's on
Steam.
Steam, right? Yeah, I was about to say. Is it on the Switch too?
Yeah, it's on the Switch.
I was about to say.
It's on pretty
and
much
if you're
anything.
It's, like, really
interested in
accessible.
if you're interested in the Edgeworth games, I would recommend checking out the originals first. Especially since I definitely recognize some background elements that are like, oh, I recognize that from the first game and stuff like that. So I feel like I'll appreciate the Edgeworth games more because I'm playing through the trilogy first.
That's what's up.
Cool, makes sense.
All right, moving on. Phantom Brave, the Lost Hero.
I'm actually,
So-
I don't know, kind of
sorry,
excited
what?
about that because
Phantom
like,
Brave, the Lost Hero.
I
Because-
legitimately, you're gaslighting me. I don't remember that.
All right,
it was there.
That's
dog.
our cue for playing the thing.
This is why you shouldn't be 20 minutes behind when all the boys are in the Discord.
I just skipped over everything I don't care about.
so
Like this. I skipped over this.
Listen, all I'm saying is, first of all, NAS game, love that. From the Sky people, love that. Also, like I just got what is it? I got like the NES Classics collection, the first one, and it has like the first Phantom Brave on it. And I played a little bit of it, and it seems really, really fun. And I had no idea we were going to be actually getting a sequel, which is actually really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean it looks solid.
It looks cute and fun.
You know,
I
maybe
like-
if it's
I like
discounted,
the
might
concept
get
a
it.
lot.
But I do like the Disgaea games, and you know, it's looks cool. I like it. It's cool.
I'm telling you, I really love the character of the Disgaea games and all the games that NAS makes, where it's like, even if their gameplay isn't all the same, they just have really, really fun special moves. All the characters and their interactions are really, really entertaining. And it's just like, it's really, really fun. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I like just having like a type of game I can go to and think, yeah, I'm going to really just enjoy this experience. Maybe it won't be like the most memorable. Maybe it won't be like the most like crazy engaging thing, but I'm going to have only good memories come out of this. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair though.
It's like eating nachos, you know? You never have a bad experience eating nachos, you know?
But it's still cool.
I
I'm
feel
looking forward
like
to it.
I feel like the way that it was presented just made me not care about it because I like the concept a lot, but I don't know. I feel like I can only listen to the guy drone on so much about like you can turn into a cannon and shoot your enemy before I'm like just show me the next thing.
Sometimes it's not great when the Nintendo Direct announcer guy is explaining your game. Like I'd rather
Yeah.
they just
Can we
like,
talk
be
about-
like,
can we talk-
trailer next trailer because like it's like they just make it sound.
Can we
like,
talk
not
about
as
Mio?
cool. So,
Yeah, like the way that was like entirely silent, the whole like both going into it, during, and then after.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I liked it a lot, not only because it was completely silent and spoke for itself, but the art style looks really cool.
Our
I
show
like
is cool. It feels like at least to me, it feels like a little bit busy. Like I was thinking, I feel like I might lose my character a little bit with some of these backgrounds. It is cool though.
I don't know. I don't know if that'll
Yeah,
be an
by
issue
design.
because
Maybe. I'm not a game dev.
I'm not.
all I'm gonna
not
say
getting
is that
yeah.
I'm interested in Mio.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I think Mio looks cool, but I'd have to know a little bit more.
And that's
before
the
I get
thing,
into
right?
it
It's like
or
it's
something.
kind of like Nine Souls, where it's just like it's really cool. Have you guys heard of Nine Souls?
I know.
It's like think like Chinese Hollow Knight, but with Sekiro deflection. It's really cool. Get it on Steam, indie game. Watch trailers. Trailers look great. But it's on that list of games where it's like I'm really happy that this is here, and I might pick it up one of these days. But I'm not invested enough to really jump onto this for myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where like Mio lands for me because I don't hate Hollow Knight, but again, it's just like I've been playing this game on and off for the past 5 years, and like I haven't actually really gotten past what I got, like the Mantis Claw. That's as far as I've gotten. Anytime I've actually sat down and played it, so it's just like it's probably a great game. Everyone says it's a great game, but am I gonna like sit down and have to figure out how it works for like a 6th time and then get all the way through it? I don't know. We'll see.
That's fair. All right, moving on. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
Gonna take you for a ride.
So I have played one Marvel vs. Capcom game in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to try Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because people said, that's one that's finally available now on like modern hardware, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Okay, cool.
I hear there's online for it too, isn't there?
Yes. So, man, like, we already said this before, but if one thing Capcom's going to do, they are going to show out with porting games. They're going to do that.
Their game
Some games.
Yeah, some games.
Some games. Why can't I play Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on any other system other than the 3DS, Capcom? Why do they not port Monster Hunter games, y'all? What is going on?
Yeah.
I feel like Monster
You guys want
Hunter.
to play SNK? No, I don't.
I feel like Monster Hunter is like a lot more.
Stuff to do. I mean, yeah, but it's just like we're also in like the remake renaissance. We've got like what 2 or 3 remakes of Resident Evil games that might not even necessarily have needed big air quotes a remake, and we can't get Monster Hunter 4 ported.
I feel like the Resident
on,
Evil
y'all.
4 remake kind of needed him.
Did it really need
I
it?
feel like it did.
Yeah, the last Resident Evil 4 is on like
The Wii.
Wii and GameCube. Actually, no, just really the GameCube. Actually,
But did
is
they?
there Resident Evil 4 for the Wii?
Do you
There
feel like
was.
they really needed a
never mind,
remake or like re-releasing it on modern hardware?
All I know is that they remade it.
Yeah, I feel like there are better examples of unnecessary remake. I mean, like Last of Us 2. So.
That's a little too easy though.
But
Listen,
yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think
glad
if
it's
I see
there.
this discounted, which I most likely will, I'll cop it.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. The Nintendo 64 Virtual Console. Whew, they're adding Peak. So they're just adding 2 games, Turok and Perfect Dark. Now,
Perfect Dark dope though.
I'm Perfect Dark's biggest soldier. I love Perfect Dark. It's
I don't
awesome.
know a
It's so cool.
single thing about that game.
Yeah, so Perfect Dark
I
is
watched you play it a
basically
little
this dystopian world
It's like a
where
cyberpunk
corporations
flavor,
rule
right?
everything.
Yeah.
You play as Joanna Dark, who is like this top like government agent and stuff. And yeah, no, it's just cool. So, I
Vibes
think,
immaculate.
yeah, the vibes are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The vibes, it's like the vibes of GoldenEye, but like turned up to like
I was about to
like a
say
10. I think
I
that's when I
just-
was really getting into games.
it's
that,
really cyberpunky too.
Mhm.
Because I remember watching
That's-
you play some a little bit. It was really
yes.
cool.
That
I
was when
just
I was getting into
assumed-
games that were looking a lot like Silent Hill, Parasite
Mhm.
Eve, Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
And like I was like, hey, now Metal Gear, adding Metal Gear to
Yeah.
that.
Some of the
option
aesthetics
too.
in that time period were actually kind of
The
fire.
aesthetics from that
actually.
time
Hold on.
period.
Ugh.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just glad you can play Perfect Dark on the Switch now because that's cool.
I
like
just
that.
assumed Perfect Dark was like a horror game, given the name.
Oh nah. Perfect Dark
Mhm.
is just called that way because
Yeah.
Joanna Dark is like the perfect agent.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
With her scores and stuff. So also, they're remaking Perfect Dark, or they're rebooting the series actually because they're
actually.
turning it into an immersive sim. So they're rebooting the series.
Kind of like how they did with
Um,
System Shock.
Yes. So
Okay.
Perfect Dark 2025 is gonna be something completely new and different. It's cool.
I kind of love that though.
It's been funny because the game is just sparking controversy because people are just like, "Oh, women in games aren't sexy anymore." I'm like, first off, buddy, go outside, go touch grass, please.
Such a
Go
stupid-
talk
such a
to-
stupid
Those are
take.
polygons, buddy.
Like-
you need to
Oh
go
my
do
goodness.
something else. All right,
I
buddy.
will say, I will say,
Uh-huh.
the
Either way.
only the best tech I've heard on that recently though was from an actual like concept artist who like he was talking about how he's actually, and he was, he's a black guy, right? He's like pitched ideas for characters that do look more like, I guess, conventionally attractive, and he's just like, I've done this specifically with black women a bunch of times, but all the times through the process they end up looking like they end up like making them look, and he's in his words like like more like your auntie from like the grocery store. He's like, we can have both.
Yeah.
Why can't we have both? And I feel like that's
No,
a
yeah.
fair take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can have both, but I feel like there are people who ignore the fact that you can have both because
Exactly.
it's not like I feel like people are upset at the fact that they're getting something different.
I think
If I want to see that type of Joanna, I will literally just play Perfect Dark 64 or Perfect Dark 0. And I could just like, if I'm playing Perfect Dark or whatever, I don't know. I feel like it's just controversial. I'm not really looking at that when I'm playing a game. So
I think people
if
get
you
mad
want that,
because
those
they
games
like.
are there.
I feel like people get mad because like they equate attractive with hypersexual. And like the fact that people can't separate the two is what like gets frustrating. You know what I'm saying?
The thing I wonder is it's kind of funny. The last game that this controversy centered
Stellar
on
Blade.
was Stellar Blade.
And then before that
Did
was
those
like,
people show up for Stellar Blade?
that's the real question. Don't
Yeah.
think they did.
I don't think they did.
Don't
I
think they
think they were
did.
literally just like, oh man, I'm bored. I wish there
I'm
was
so
a
glad I
game
can get
that-
mad about
I
something.
wish
on
there
the
was
internet
something I
for
could
no
get
reason.
mad about. Like, oh,
I mean, because again, that
Okay,
happened.
yeah,
That happened with
say
Nier
less.
Automata, and then happened with Bayonetta before it. And it's just like, where are all those people now?
yeah,
Where
they're
are all
not-
those people
You guys
now?
aren't playing the game.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys
you
literally
know?
are just there to be like, I want this in a game I'm never going to play. That's you guys.
Just
That's
like,
literally you guys.
alright, cool.
Like, and it upsets me greatly because it's like you guys are grifting. You don't care. Like you're
Literally.
just here to complain and annoy people, and then just leave when people are realizing you're an idiot. So
And that's the thing.
like,
And for the people that do care, it's like you can have a valid point, but can we also just say that sometimes someone's artistic vision isn't for you?
yeah.
Like can we not be cool with not all media being for someone? You know what I'm saying?
I just think the whole thing is stupid.
Well, yeah. I was also saying the whole thing was stupid, but just with more words.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all right, moving on. Game Boy Advance Virtual Console. So Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, 4 swords plus 4 swords,
Happy about that.
and Metroid Zero Mission. Now, yeah, this is cool. I like A Link to the Past. I think I like A Link to the Past original better than I like the 4 Swords edition. But I like 4 Swords. So
Yeah.
that's my
I
thing,
think
so.
4 Swords got a lot of people excited.
Yeah. I had the 4 Swords Anniversary Edition on the DS.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction to 4 Swords.
I think
and
my
enjoyed
first
it.
intro into 4 Swords was actually reading the manga. Since I didn't have a
yeah.
lot of Zelda games growing up, I like collected almost all of the manga that was out. My dream though is I want to play 4 Swords on original hardware on a GameCube. like with the Game Boys all hooked
Oh,
up
with the
to,
Game Boys hooked
to
up?
the GameCube,
Oh.
dude. Man,
I love watching those
I
videos
need
where
that.
it's like creating the ultimate Game Boy and it's every single Game Boy ultimate
Accessory.
GameCube. It's every single GameCube accessory known to man attached to the GameCube, and it goes from like being this tall to being like this tall.
Literally, dog.
I'm like, dang.
We got to get on that though.
Yeah, no, we do gotta get on that. And yeah, Zero Mission, that's cool.
I'm glad
they're
that that's
dropping
actually coming like slightly more accessible. I've wanted to play that game for a minute, especially when Dread was announced, because everyone was like, "Play this game because it's really, really good," and I'm like, "Cool." And then I never played it, and then I played Dread.
Back in the day when I was going through I'm a cultured gamer phase, I'm familiar with the classics.
Yikes! That's what got me into
I was,
Assassin's Creed.
Real. I was like, I'm gonna play Metroid 1, and I enjoyed Metroid 1, but like it was a little like dated for its time.
Yeah.
And I learned as of yesterday that Metroid Zero Mission is a remake of the first one.
You're welcome
That's
for
actually
me
so
telling
yeah,
you
I
that.
was gonna say. So over to this man right here. But yeah, so that's that. You know, that's cool. I'm glad. Again, their virtual console isn't good, but every day it gets better.
Slightly better.
guess.
I love how like we.
I just wish it wasn't so expensive.
See, like I love how like there's like 8 of us in the family plan right now. If we all chipped in with like $10, we could
I'd be
just
down.
upgrade. But I feel like we've had this conversation a bunch of times over the past 3
yeah,
years,
yeah.
and every time we're like, yeah, that would be cool, and then we never do it.
Yeah. Because I was late thinking, I was just like, man, yeah, I would love to do it. I just forget.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Send me everyone in the family plan. I will make a group chat and break people's kneecaps for $10.
But the thing is, do we all collectively care that much?
I mean,
Realistically,
I kind of want to play Game Boy stuff on
and
my
that
Switch.
and that
like,
is the qualifier.
but
He
I
said
mean, I don't want to like.
kinda
I don't want to push people to spend money.
$10
when, like,
every month.
we're not all really invested in it. You know what?
That's
you know
what I'm
I mean?
saying.
'Cause, like, it's a family plan. So like at the end of the day, like we all have to be on the ship.
Exactly.
Like not one of us can be like, I'm down for it, and then everyone
That's
else
what
is
I'm
like,
saying.
I mean, it'd be cool, I guess. Like so that's the biggest thing to stop me. I'm just like,
It's all right. You know what I'm saying?
know,
It's all right. It's
That's
all right.
fair. That's fair. Which is why I said I'm gonna bust their kneecaps to get it.
Real.
Okay.
All right. Now the moment you've been waiting for. Coup de grace.
Man, I was not
Metroid
expecting this one at
Prime
all.
4.
The thing that's gonna kill my Switch.
Yeah, all the memes have been so funny.
Okay.
Is
That
there
meme about the Samus in Star Fox one was so funny.
Oh, that
Because literally during the direct, I was like, shoot, is this a new Star Fox game?
Only when I saw that
yo.
meme did I realized I was like, damn, I would have loved
Yeah,
that Star
literally.
Fox.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. But dude, like, I'm really excited. Like, I'm really
dude.
excited.
Dude,
Like-
I'll be honest. Literally, the moment and like the direct was going on when I was at work.
Yeah.
So I was literally just like,
Yeah. He was doing the.
and the moment that
Yup.
I literally was like, they're actually doing this. Let's
That's
go.
what I was saying,
At first, I
dude.
was like, please don't be a remake of just Prime 2. And then like I was like, oh yeah, no, this is 4. This is 4. This is
Oh,
4.
man.
And yeah, I love just compiling all the reactions too from it because I think
The one dude who passed out in the
yeah, the one who passed out in Nintendo store.
Nobody helped that man up, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
my
everyone
goodness.
just was like, that's
Everyone was
crazy, bro. Well, to be fair, they were
Yeah.
watching Pete, the trailer for Pete right now.
That man did come on Twitter and say he was okay, though.
That's
Okay,
good. That's good.
Which is good.
Yeah, I think Arlo posted his reaction or whatever, and the
Yeah.
moment the Galactic Federation thing popped up, went,
I gotta say, I love Arlo's reactions. I love Arlo's content, low key. I like that as much of a Nintendo fan as he is, though. He doesn't hesitate to give it to Nintendo when they deserve it. I think that's
yeah,
pretty fair.
I think Arlo's content is a bit cool. You know, it's chill. I like it. Yeah, like with Prime 4, just looking at the HUD and just like the overall textures and stuff,
That's what I'm
I was
saying,
like,
dude.
we all had this reaction. How is my Switch gonna run that though?
I mean,
Like,
to be fair,
how?
the Prime 1 remake looked really, really good for a Switch game. Like, it looked
Yeah,
really,
no, it did
really
look
good
really
for a
good.
Switch game, you know?
Like,
So, whatever
again-
magic they're doing here,
Nintendo was
legendary.
always. I mean, I feel like it's just Western devs in general. Like, and like this sounds
Western?
bad, but like with Western devs, I feel like they just don't know how to actually like compress their software.
or like port games to the Switch, like in a way that like doesn't just kill the
No,
software.
I mean even when they're making like just actual releases, like because the new Call of Duty is going to be 300 gigs.
Oh, I heard
Like,
about that.
Yeah,
That's
So,
crazy.
that's half the storage of a PS5. So I guess you can afford to like have like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty Vanguard on there, and you'll be good. But which for PS5 users that might be enough.
That
Anyway,
is so crazy.
but yeah, with Prime 4, just looking at it, like it's insane, like just how well they're able to do this stuff.
That's what
But
I'm saying, dude.
I still stand by the fact that I think it's going to be a switch to.
Yes. Oh, it's definitely going to be a
every
Switch 2
direct
first.
that gets released now just makes me more and more antsy for the Switch 2.
I mean, like, don't we have confirmation they're going to talk about it at the top of next year?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved the
Because they
tweet
said
they
so.
gave.
It was in the tweet, right?
Yeah, with the tweet they gave where it's like, there will be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. We are not talking about the Switch
Exactly.
2.
Yeah.
It's like-
And they said that they weren't going to talk about it up until next year. I want to say, right? Is that what the original tweet said? Something because that tweet.
I think they said at the end of the year they.
because it like dropped on a random Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, random
like
Tuesday.
literally in the middle of the week when I was just kind of chilling doing work.
Yeah, random Tuesday, and then somebody.
What is it with Nintendo doing that? Literally.
on a random Tuesday, middle of the afternoon. I'm like, well, first off, they're on think of Japanese time. Let's get that out of the way. I was like, they're not just being like, oh, it's 5 a.m. in the West Coast in
Literally.
the U.S. Boop. But yeah, so I think with the Switch 2 specifically, I just look at it and I think Nintendo's doing the right thing right now because people are hyped for these games, and these games are going to sell well
For sure.
And it just really is a testament to just how Nintendo is like able to keep the momentum.
Yeah.
Honestly, because like a console, I don't think I'll imagine this in like the PS5's last time of life or in the Xboxes, like in their last year that they're able to like be like, oh, we got some heavy hitters.
Yeah,
We
literally.
got some heavy
you know?
hitters.
Even just like maintaining that throughout the lifespan. Would you say there's been any period of the Switch's lifespan where you felt okay, it's getting a little slow?
No.
I was about to
No.
say.
The only time I
could
felt
really
really
say
slow
that.
was when I didn't have money. When I didn't have money. So
I was a little financially slow.
I was like, I'm not keeping up. So, and it's not like they were pumping out games. It was more so like this is a rate that's
Exactly.
expected of a console that I bought.
And even
so.
just again the games that they were coming out with, because again I remember what that was the direct at the end of 2021 when they were announcing Bayonetta 3, and that was coming out that direct.
I remember the Bayonetta 3 trailer
Yes,
like it was
dude.
yesterday.
People were going wild.
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. Because at first I was
Yeah.
like, wait, Astral Chain 2? Because first of all, underrated game. But yo, Bayo 3? Ugh.
Yes.
Like,
And that was
like-
when they had the Bayo 3 news counter because they announced Bayo 3
Yes.
and Bayo 3.
There is
had a-
news.
yeah, it's like, there is news. And then, oh man, I was following the Metro Prime 4
Yeah.
one. And underneath the direct announcement tweet, they were like, guys, please put me out of
Literally.
my misery. And they're like,
There is news. I'm telling you, dude. It's like I feel like Nintendo's been really, really good at like both like releasing games that people want, but also keeping the interest up too. You know what I'm saying? Because every direct, even though there's definitely been slower directs, like the Farming Simulator direct was like, okay, again.
That
Happy
was a
for the people
bad
that are
time to
there.
be a Nintendo
What was
fan,
the Final
because the
Fantasy
sta-
farming one again? Did it start with an S? I don't remember.
The Farmagia or whatever.
No, I'm saying the
Daily Life?
not the Daily Life one, the Final Fantasy farming sim that was like what 3 directs ago or whatever.
It doesn't matter because
we don't remember. We don't
exactly.
remember is the
You know
point.
what I'm saying? It was like there was
but
like
that was
5
a
of
bad
them
time
in
to
that
be a
direct.
Nintendo fan because this PlayStation State of Play happened like I think the day before the same day.
Yeah.
And they were coming out with those heavy hitters. They were doing like I think they were doing a trailer for Ragnarok. They were doing
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, oh my goodness. And that's Donkey made a whole video where it was like, all right, farming simulator time. Let's go.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So.
But it's like that's like the only period in like recent history where I can be like, okay, that was an all right direct, but overall each direct has had something that's made me go, okay, that's really, really cool. And each like holiday cycle especially has made me go, okay, you know what? Maybe there's a couple games that I think I would put on a wish list, I would want to pick up immediately or at least quickly. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're always doing something interesting. So I really want to see if they're going to be like keep that up with the Switch 2. But I think that just like it's also a testament to how strong their IPs are, where it's like they can just do wild, random things. And people are going to be like, you know what? I do like the idea of a Zelda game where she's basically like making furniture and copying enemies. Let's run with that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
let's do that.
I love
and
that.
I've seen a couple Sony fans complain about it and with how
About
like
what?
they're like, oh well, you know, people are like, oh, Lego Horizons this is so dumb, this is so stupid. But you guys are showing up for the Zelda game, and it's like,
Yes.
first
Yeah,
off,
because
buddy,
it looks
this-
fun.
Yeah,
It's
first
really,
off,
really
buddy,
fun.
this looks fun. Second, like I like Lego games as much as the next guy, but you really just gotta swap the IP out. It's basically the same game. But anyway,
I mean, they're asking Lego to save them is all I'm hearing.
yeah. So, and also, this is like one of the games you can actually play as Zelda. So I mean, it's just
Literally.
like it's different. It's
just-
flirting versus harassment.
It's just
It's flirting versus
It's just a
harassment.
bunch of different things that are just like, this is cool. I would like to
And
see this.
Horizon
I
is
wanna
a
move in this
sauceless
direction.
garbage franchise that doesn't deserve any of the success it gets.
Mm.
I'm sorry, like I'm sure Guerrilla
Controversial
Games they put a lot of thought
worked
and effort
hard.
into it,
Mhm.
and they
We
did
don't
their
hate.
thing.
We don't hate
As
developers.
I said, we don't hate developers.
We hate businessmen.
But-
That's who we hate.
We don't hate developers, right? But I mean, I don't know, dog. The game's just not good. It's just not good in my opinion. It's just boring. It's like it's AAA slop with a cool concept. Like, I don't know, dog. I don't like it. But I just feel like, it's a bit different when Nintendo does it, primarily
Yeah.
because Nintendo's able to just like the diversity of their IP is just stronger, and they've been diversifying it for a long time. So
Especially again, just like with
like
the
these
Switch,
things
you
aren't
know?
new. I mean, like Zelda has had, of course, its classic adventures, but it's also had like Four Swords, which is like goofy, Triforce Adventures.
Exactly.
We've had Metro Prime Federation Force.
Mhm.
We've had
Shout out
literal.
that game on the 3DS.
Yeah,
Let's
we've
get it,
had
baby.
literal Mario is now
Like a
2D
toy.
paper guy or
Mhm.
whatever, and it's like those are things that separate Nintendo. Whereas Sony franchises are normally just in one lane.
Exactly.
doing their thing.
I mean, I feel like we've talked about how like other bigger companies don't really have mascots as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? What would you say is like Xbox's mascot, if not Master Chief, and they're not really doing that much with him? Where's
the dude from Gears of War? Banjo Kazooie.
that's three so far.
Hold on. Let me cook.
FIFA guy,
Messi.
the 2K guy. no, the Forza guy,
The Forza car.
Hey, yo, where's
There-
my Xbox Smash
there
Brothers
we
game?
go. There we go.
Let's
Do they
put the
have
Forza
one?
car in Smash.
That's what I was saying.
Also, they want to put Aloy in Smash. I'm being so mean. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you like Horizon,
Smash,
that's fine. Trust me, I can say this because I started Horizon 3 times. I literally was like, it's not even for
me
Let
on
me do
Hollow
this
Knight
again.
for real.
I was like, this isn't doing it for me. Let me do it again. I said, I got my PS5.
Yeah,
and
I know,
booted
right?
up Horizon. It's like my second or third game.
Yup.
I was like, this is it. Let me do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It just is not. I'm sorry, dog. I don't know. It's just.
And I feel like it's the kind of I feel like it's the kind of game that I should like, or at least younger me thinks.
I
he would
know.
like.
That's
You
why
know
I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying?
I should like this game. Like, but I just don't. Like, I was like,
And I find it really interesting how, like, when Horizon was kind of like coming out, that there was a lot of videos about, are gamers tired of open world games? Maybe open world gaming is bad. I don't know, man.
well,
don't
when
know.
Horizon coming out, those videos did come out. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then a generational open world game came out, and then gamers like, oh no, we aren't. We're just
Yeah.
playing bad open world games.
And then the sequel to Generational Open World came out on the same day the sequel to Horizon came out.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, baby.
Uh,
It's going to be interesting to see how we think about Horizon in 10 years. I'm looking forward to the retrospectives, and I'm looking forward to the revisionist history, and I'm looking forward to being like 30 plus years old and saying, no, I was there.
oh
Y'all
my
hated
goodness.
that, you know?
Horizon Revision History is gonna go crazy.
All I'm saying is Sony and like Microsoft just need a little more sauce. You know, they're going in the right direction with the Astros, what's it called, the new game or whatever?
Oh,
That's
Astrobot.
kind of cool. Like
That's
shout
actually a
shout
day one
out
pickup
shout
for
out the
me.
Bloodborne representation, even though we're not going to acknowledge Bloodborne in any other way. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But y'all need to do more. You need to get an Astrobot cart, and then you need an Astrobot Bros. You know what I'm saying? You need that, and then you need an Astrobot
every
RPG.
single platformer
Mhm.
under the Sony brand should be revived.
Exactly.
Like Sly Cooper.
Hey,
I don't
will
have any ulterior
Mhm.
motives for that. Just
The
revive Sly Cooper.
Sly games coming to PS5 though, I think is amazing.
That
Yeah,
is
that was really
that's
really
pretty
cool.
good. I think right now they sit at 5,000 reviews and
Yeah.
it's like 4.96
I
stars.
love that.
And they're
That
like
is
the
so
12th
nice.
highest played game on PlayStation right now.
I love that
So.
so much, bro. I'm telling you, it's just like, can we
I'm
bring
just saying, Sony,
like,
the demand is there.
can we just
you
bring
can,
whimsy-
You can make Sly 5 now.
Can we bring whimsy back to gaming? Like, can we
Yes.
bring vibes
Yes.
back to gaming, bro? It's like, it's like, did you see that one tweet where that one dude was just like, growing up is realizing that anime humor is actually pretty cringe and dumb, and this one dude was just like, please stop watching just seasonal isekai and shonen. Watch something, bro. It's like it's that energy
I
that
stand
people who
by-
say
yeah.
gaming is boring come out with. Where it's like, please, just don't play something that's not a FIFA, bro, or a Call of Duty. Please, one game, bro.
I stand by the humor that like I stand by the fact that shonen humor isn't good. I don't think I've laughed at a shonen in a very long time. Most of the time when shonens make jokes, I just kind of cringe a little.
I mean, like it depends on if you're saying like a funny thing that happened or a situation that was meant to be humorous. Because shonens have moments that are funny, but if they're trying to make something funny, that's when I kind of run into
sometimes
it.
I just kind of laugh like at the moments that aren't supposed to be funny, where it's like, oh, I know someone's gonna take this and then make the character say, "I'm about to get low diffed," and then it's gonna be funny. Like, but like this scene or whatever, where like Luffy accidentally eats the ship. Like, I don't know. That's not really funny to me, but like it's cool.
I
Like,
think the
like,
only shonen that's actually made me laugh is when I was reading through the original Dragon Ball.
the original Dragon Ball is funny.
There's still like some pervy jokes in there that make me kind of go like, really?
Yeah.
But there are some really funny jokes in there too. I think my favorite is when they first meet Yamcha in the fight and Goku literally bounces him off the panel and it breaks.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Sorry, I'm on the gag humor.
Yeah.
Rip Sensei. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's just like broaden, like expand your mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Play something that's just like not just what you see on the shelf at Target. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, I don't know, pick up an RPG that you see at Target, bro. I'm telling you, Elden Ring changed Kai Cenat's life, bro.
It did.
Like seeing this man's reaction to that game was so cool. Like just seeing he was just like, bro, this is the best game he's played in his entire life. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that moment is gonna be the genesis of a lot of people that are gonna get into games like that and start branching out. And
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward
Honestly,
to seeing what
Is
that
Kai
means for-
Cenat the guy they sent like a life-size?
Yes, a
Elden Ring
millennia.
statue? Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Shout out to Kai for real, because he has single-handedly changed the perception of gaming.
Literally.
To so many teenagers,
Especially
right now.
black youth.
As I was saying,
And we needed
and being
that in
like,
the community, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. I can play more than Madden and FIFA.
Literally.
This is great. Like, it's like, I'm like,
The
yes.
way we've been needing
So
this
he-
shift, bro. I'm
He
telling
played
you.
Ghost. He played Ghost of Tsushima. He played Elden Ring. He played Red Dead. I'm like, dude, keep it up, man.
Finally,
Like,
dude.
Loki, play some God of War, man.
Listen,
Like,
once this man
man,
hits
there you
up
go.
once he hits up a good JRPG, it's over. It's over, bro. I'm telling
once he
you.
plays Persona,
But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. We need to bring whimsy back to games, bring vibes back to games. You know, that's why even though we'll have like a bunch of stuff like 30,000 farming sims. You know what? For the cozy gamers, I'm glad that these exist, bro. I'm never going to play that Hello Kitty Animal Crossing game, right? Like I'm never going to. Like it's
There's a
cool.
Hello Kitty Animal Crossing.
It was on the direct. See,
Oh,
you
I
don't even
forgot
remember.
that, yeah.
See, you don't even remember. It was in the direct. But I'm in
I
another
tuned that out.
Discord where like 5 or 6 people were really excited about that game because they love Sanrio and they love Animal Crossing. And I'm like, you know what? That's great. I want you to be able to interact with Kiddo P. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. So like, let's keep vibes in games, bro. You know, we don't need everything to be serious and Call of Duty-esque, bro.
Facts. All right. So we also have a couple games I didn't know whether we'd be interested or not, so I'm gonna rattle them off.
Yeah.
And if you hear anything that we were interested in, then we can discuss
go
a
for it,
little
baby.
further. But we're acknowledging their existence. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Fairy Tail 2, Farmagia, Fantasian, Neo Dimension, Mio, Memories in Orbit, Basketball in Nintendo Switch Sports, Funko Fusion, Stray on Switch, Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven, The 100 Line, Last Defense Academy, Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game.
Well, I already talked about Mio. I think it looks really
Yeah.
cool.
Mew good. Fairy Tale like that. That's there.
For my
Funkos can move on. This is a Gunpla neighborhood. Get out of here. We do not rock with Funkos, bro.
Funkos keep moving.
Those ugly not Nendoroids. If you don't kill those and get out of here, bro. Again,
I've only bought 2 Funkos in my life, and one of them was a Funko of Takeoff, and I was like, this is funny, so I'm gonna get this. And then the other one was a Sly Cooper one, and I was like, this is Sly Cooper merch. We don't even we don't get that like ever. So I'm
now that
getting
I
this.
think about it, I've like never bought a Funko. I've only ever had 2 in my life, and they were both gifted to me. One was Kirito when I was like 16 years old, and then like and then the other one was Bisky from Hunter x Hunter. And shout out Elliot, he got that for me, and that's actually great because I've needed a Bisky. But like other than that, I'm just like, these are ugly. These are gross. And Funko
you can hardly
collectors.
distinguish from them most of the time.
Literally.
Like at a glance. Obviously, I know if you look at the figure, you'll be like, it's that character. And like the culture behind it is just so like
It's
do
like
it
Disney
for
adults.
figures
It's like Disney adults, but worse.
But do it for figures that like actually look good. Like,
Please.
because like you keeping your like big-headed bobblehead or whatever.
They
in
don't
the
even
package
bobble.
Is like
They don't even bobble,
yeah, but, like,
bro.
Putting them in the package and just keeping them there, like,
The Funko wall.
oh, I don't even know, dog. Yeah. Anyway, that's yeah. Farmagia, I low key looking at it a little bit more, and Clutchy was like, "Dog, what do you want?" Added it to my Steam wish list.
Honestly,
I ain't gonna lie.
I feel
it looks
like-
a little interesting.
I feel like the
I'm gonna
concept
look
is
at it.
cool.
Concept is interesting.
And as someone who really liked Cassette Beasts and wants more monster-esque taming games, I feel like it's going to be something that if I ever see it on a decent sale, I might buy it.
Yeah. So, Icon of Hiro Mashima, which is funny because another one of his games is also on here. Well, another game based on his property is on here. And you know, I was like, this dude is Aegis Natsu, but we're right here.
Literally.
But it's funny because I looked at this and I was like, hold on, his monster designs are actually really cool. Actually, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, these actually look like pretty dope monster designs. So, yeah. So I was like, you know, maybe I'll look at it. You know, who knows? Maybe we start getting into Nintendo Switch Sports because
Because
maybe it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like,
I
I still
don't
never bought
know.
the game, so I mean,
Yeah.
do you own Switch Sports?
No, I don't.
That's so
Me neither.
funny.
Yeah. I could probably go on Marketplace and grab it for like
I
$10.
mean, literally, I was about to say, dog. Like, I feel like Switch Sports just occupies that same space in my brain as 1-2 Switch. From like my brother in Christ, we did this with the Wii. Bundle that in. What do you
It's
mean?
so
You want me to
crazy.
pay $40 for this?
So
Bundle that in.
So I gave my girlfriend Everybody 1-2 Switch,
Yeah.
which people said was like the worst one or whatever. But I was like, all right, this is like basically free, so let me
Yeah,
get
exactly.
it. And so I played it with her, and she was like, oh, this is really fun. And then she played it with her friends at college,
Yeah.
and they loved it. And so I was just sitting there like, it found its audience. I'm like, here you go, babe. This is yours now.
And that's even more reason it should have been bundled in.
Yeah,
Because
so-
again, when was the last time we had a rooftop party with Switch with one with one single Switch? See,
We've never we had that in 2020. Yeah.
wait, really?
We had that, yeah. Don't you guys remember? The rooftop party in 2020?
Uh-huh.
It was
the parties we definitely
rooftop,
throw.
The
It was-
real rooftop party.
Yeah,
of
it was at my
2020.
place.
Mhm.
My
on the roof.
Yeah, on the roof.
On the roof.
At the top.
At the,
Yeah,
at the top of the roof. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You know, the drinks was flowing. We was playing
Yeah.
a little 1-2 Switch. You know,
I remember chugging down a bottle of Hennessy
with
while I
with
was
as many-
playing
with-
Mario Kart. And
with as many drinks as we were having. I mean, some of us was playing 1-2-3 Switch. No, we stupid. But like, but for real though, it's just like bundle that stuff in, my brother. Come on.
for real.
Oh man, I mean, I'm glad that they're updating it. That's cool. But like, I'm sorry, I don't really care at all.
No, yeah. I don't really care that much. Again,
Oh, man.
I could probably get it for $10 on
Like,
Marketplace.
sure, that's
Then
cool.
after
free
that-
update too. Free update. I'm not gonna begrudge them that free update. That's great. I like that. But like,
They added the best sport
Okay.
too. So, all right. Fantasia
Man.
Neo Dimension. It has my.
that's cool. That's cool.
It has my eyes on it
I mean,
because it's an
that's
RPG.
interesting.
I don't remember that one.
I barely remember it.
Wait, is that
but-
that's the Danganronpa one, right?
No.
Oh,
No,
that's
that
not
one's
the
100
Danganronpa?
line last
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Fantasia. Yeah, I do not remember that one at all.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
don't
the-
remember
Is
too
that the
much,
one where
but-
like you could bend your attacks or whatever? And, like,
Oh, I think that is the one. That seems interesting.
it seems
I
okay,
like-
but
I
like,
I like
Yeah.
again. I like anything that's trying to do something a little bit different. They're like, hey, it's traditional RPG, but slightly different. I'm like, okay, you know what? Cook a little bit because we need that in the space, anyways. You know what I'm saying? The Danganronpa one, the Persona 6 one. Sure, I'd look at it. I like the fact that we're going back to 2000s anime designs. That's great.
Yes.
Bring the scene kids back, bro.
Yes.
Like, and while we're at that, I want all the girls in the audience to play Minecraft. Go back to those Minecraft skins we had from 2009.
Real.
With the hair down to one side.
Has a hair down to one side. The cat headphones.
Please.
The high stockings. Oh,
And let's jump on Hypixel again.
Minecraft Hunger Games. Yeah.
No, but it's just like I love the fact that they're keeping the vibe alive. You know what I'm saying? I know some alt girlies who are gonna really like that. Romancing Saga though is another one of
I
those
was like-
franchises that I feel like I could
was super
probably
interested in
get.
that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I
But-
could get dummy nerdy. Like if I sat down and played the games, I could get dummy nerdy into this.
You said it was called
but I just-
Romancing.
Romancing Saga. Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
It was like
either.
towards the end of the direct.
towards
It was
the
like
end.
right before Metroid.
Prime.
Exactly.
I was probably skipping it.
That's so wild. Imagine both being behind and not taking it all in. What would he want to say, bro?
Well, if
But
I'm not caring about it, why would I? If I'm behind anyways and trying to catch up, then why would I?
imagine.
I'm just gonna skip it.
But I'm telling you, I feel like Romancing Saga up there with like what the Ease series and the Trails series. I didn't get the first Trails game on Switch, so I'm gonna play that soon. Trails, Tales, all of that. Like I feel like there's a lot of JRPG franchises I could get really deep into. Like freaking what Eiyuden Chronicles had like I want to say one of their newest games up a demo on Switch and Steam.
I always
picked it up
see that
Steam.
on Game Pass.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I feel like there's a lot of franchises out there I could get really deep into that I just haven't yet. So like I want to see what they're doing with that though. Because all the people that I know who like JRPGs were like really, really excited for that one. And I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. I'm just wondering though, do I have to play Romancing Saga 1 to play this one?
I don't know, man. That's a
I
really
feel like
good
that's the
question.
reason I didn't put it in our main section because I didn't know. Otherwise, it would have been like something I was interested
I
in.
need to Google this because I feel like y'all are gaslighting me, and this is not. a
Stray
reality.
on
That is so
Switch.
crazy.
I like Stray on the PS5.
That's the I was about to say that's the PS5's cat game, right?
Yeah, PS5 cat game.
Very atmospheric.
Very atmospheric. It was cool.
Is it one
I
of those
kinda got a
games that
little
you?
bored with
I was
it,
about to say,
but-
is that one of those games you feel like you'll only play once and then never again in your life?
Yeah, it's kind of like a walking simulator, but you're a cat.
I was about to say, kind of like freaking
so-
like watching Interstellar, where it's just like I watched
Yeah.
that movie once and I'm probably never gonna watch it ever again in my life. you know?
Yeah, it's like I was content with what happened. So
Yeah.
um,
Again, overall, I would say pretty solid direct though. I
Yeah.
feel like every direct has games that I just do not really care about at all, and every direct has and every direct will low key put emphasis on an indie that I really do not think is cool or worth that much attention at all. But like overall, though, the quality was still really good. I'd give it like a B plus, maybe A minus on this one. If not, if like
I liked
for
it a
the
lot.
for the standouts alone, you know what I'm saying? For the Zelda, for the Mario, for the Metroid, yikes.
this direct gets an A- for me primarily because I wasn't expecting much, being the
Yeah.
last direct for the Switch because
That's
it's
what I'm
probably
saying.
the last direct for the Switch. And yeah, Nintendo they showed out. So yeah, I don't know about you, Simon, but
Good grade. Yes,
yes.
that's what I
alright.
say.
We don't have a pause menu of the day for this week.
And when
but,
did you said you were?
Dang.
I couldn't find a good one, but it was
Yeah.
gonna be
Nice.
the one from Metal Gear Solid. I was basically I was just gonna try and find a picture of the Kodak and be like, it's kind of cool. Blah, blah. But we're just gonna move straight into what you've been playing recently.
Yeah.
And our praise and raise. So for all of
Let's
our
get it,
new
baby.
viewers, our praise and raise is basically exactly as it sounds. Do you want to praise something, lift it up, and raise something to the ground? So you get to like kind of choose two things. Me currently, it can be within gaming, not within gaming. We all got our things. But Simon, you want to start us off? So
Yeah, I can start us off. So as I said on a recent episode that I don't think is actually on air yet, I finished Dave the Diver and I finished a game called Everhood. I revisited both of those for the post game, and it was fun. I feel like the New Game Plus ending for Everhood was good, but definitely not worth the effort I put into it because I was basically playing it on and off for several days trying to beat the boss. Dave the Diver, even in the post game, is still fun. I like the gameplay loop a lot. I do have some criticisms about how they handle their DLCs. Both of them are free, so I'm
Aren't
not
they like limited like timed exclusives or something like that?
So let me elaborate. The Godzilla one is a timed exclusive, but it's
Because of
not.
licensing.
It's not Mint Rocket's fault. So what I've heard
Yeah.
is that the IP that owns Godzilla
Yeah.
has a track
Uh-huh.
record of doing this for games in the past. There was a Godzilla PS4 game that was also a limited release, and so I'm assuming this was on
Interesting.
them.
Okay.
I did play the Godzilla DLC though. It was real short and sweet, and I liked it a lot. They also have the Dredge DLC, which is free and not limited release in the sense that you'll be able to download it whenever. However, I have my own criticism about the Dredge DLC because it's really fun, but you can only play it on foggy nights, and there's no way to control the weather in the game at all.
That's kind of interesting though. That's a cool rollout. Huh.
Yeah. It just sucks when you've done everything else in the game and you want to dive deep in the Dredge DLC and you can't because it's completely RNG based, whether you can actually play it or not.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
But other than that, the game is still really fun. Like the base game is still really fun. I'm not saying this to like throw shade at the game at all. Still worth it in my opinion. Aside from that, I put those games down and I started a new game. I dusted off the old backlog and I finally started playing Hades.
Yeah, that is one of those roguelikes that I haven't picked up yet, actually. Yeah.
When they announced Hades 2, I was like, there's a Hades 2 already? When did the first one come out? I couldn't have been that long ago. And then I saw 2018 and I was like,
I was about to say, yeah.
Like,
I was playing that in college.
Time flies, man. But yeah, I'm finally getting around to playing Hades 1. I'm having a ton of fun with it. The amount of dialogue in that game amazes me. Like,
yeah, they really got people hooked on the characters for sure.
Well, it's just so in detail too, because it's like no matter how many times I end up replaying, I say replaying, but I'm really just dying and going back to the beginning because it's a roguelike. There's always something new that the characters have to say to each other. There's always like a new thing I didn't know would happen. And Zagreus has all these little like quips that he does every now and then. Like, I think the very first time I died to a random basic enemy, and I was just like, okay, well, second run, and I killed that enemy. He's like, that's for last time, and I'm like,
that's pretty funny.
What? Huh? He says that? Just play Hades. It's fun. I keep dying because I keep taking all the risks with chaos and the trials of the gods. But play it. Praise and raise, I guess. Praise is going to Supergiant because they're the guys that made Hades, and I'm looking forward to the full release of Hades 2 in 2026, I think. Currently, it's in early access right now, but I'm waiting for that to be finished. My raise is going to the Dave the Diver DLC. Please just let me play the Dredge DLC whenever I want. I know the Godzilla DLC is not your fault, but please, I just want to play Dredge. Well, I mean, I'll probably play Dredge the actual game eventually, but I want to play the Dredge DLC. I'm done. That's all I have to say.
I feel it. All right, Sam, what you got?
So you probably saw me sitting here pondering because I haven't really been playing a lot of stuff recently. Probably because I just finished Disgaea. I beat Disgaea 1.
Nice.
Disgaea 1 complete for the Nintendo Switch. I was racing my girlfriend. She just barely beat me because like I let her win. But it was really, really fun. I'm realizing that I really, really love the Disgaea series. I actually picked up a PS3 so I can play Disgaea D2, which is the sequel to the first one. It's weird how like the games release works, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they released D2 because it was the 10-year anniversary of the first game. So that's why D2 is a direct sequel to the first game with like the same set of characters, just in a different scenario. So I'm really looking forward to playing that one, and then 2 and 3, and then so on. But as far as anything else, I have a lot of games that I'm looking into. Like I said, I'm trying to play the first Trails game because some people in the Discord are really enjoying Trails, so I'm trying to jump on that. I need to beat Sekiro, which is another game on my backlog that I've been like working at little by little because I just got to the point where you make the choice with Owl, and now I gotta go do more fights. Gotta do that. But I'm really looking forward to like beating those games. I think it's gonna be like a ton of fun, especially just like Sekiro, being able to knock that off my list after I beat Bloodborne earlier this year. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Praise and raise. Raise first. Gaming events. I feel like, especially in light of summer, what was it, the Summer Games
Game
Fest or whatever, it was like, come on now, like
Jeff Cayley, don't expect good games in my show.
Man, and
it's gonna be bad, man.
Man, like we can do so much better for games, honestly. I feel like we really
I
can
miss
do
E3,
so much.
man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Honestly.
Like, I get the fact that E3 died because people were like, why are we paying to go to a venue and
Literally,
release it,
you
like,
know?
and previewing our game?
But still,
I get
like-
that. But still, though, we could have just had E3, like, because it's for the culture, though.
That's what I'm
like,
saying, dog.
I miss the who won E3 debates.
Literally.
I miss the Sony, PlayStation, Nintendo back to back to back. They got to come with their A game.
Bro, I missed the last minute.
And then
This is
not
how
like-
you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
It's like, dude, like it's, and again, we can talk how like gaming culture is getting kind of sauceless, and I really want us to get back to having stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like gaming culture, especially when you look at stuff like the way that other types of conventions go, like legit, like the way that like conventions for other hobbies usually are consistently just like both what the people in said hobby want and even better sometimes, where gaming seems really hit or miss on that still. Come on, y'all, we can do better. And as far as my praise, honestly, I'm definitely gonna have to give it to like, I was bouncing between either like Nintendo or like another dev. Maybe Nintendo, just because they've been doing this good for this direct, which was really fun. But honestly, I gotta give it to like all of the games that are just now getting localizations for the Switch. Because every time that I hear about a new game that just got localized or like just got brought in, like the fans of that franchise are really happy. And even like I don't know if it's Atlas specifically, but I know that like we've been getting a lot of like older like Japan exclusive like SMT games like from that publisher like localized to the West. Or even like what we freaking like just got like Baden Kaitos 1 and 2 on Steam like a few like earlier this week, and those games were like locked to the GameCube for like forever, and like now they're localized. You can play them on Steam. I love stuff like that, you know. So yeah, that's my praise. What about you, big man?
Bet. All right. Well, what I've been playing recently, so this has been a little different, but I've been playing Metal Gear Solid.
Ooh,
Oh, I forgot
Simon,
to mention it again.
And one of our good friends, Andrew.
Yeah, we've
so
been
doing like a communal playthrough with that. It's been really fun.
The OG one?
Yes, the OG one
on the PlayStation.
I love that.
It's been dope. It's been cool. I've been enjoying that a lot. Been playing Earthbound. I played Earthbound a little bit earlier into the year. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show before, but picking it back up. But I think eventually I'm going to put it on hold again because Luigi's Mansion 2 comes out. And I forgot I pre-ordered that.
Yeah.
And I need to play Luigi's Mansion 1 again before I play 2. But I think I can knock that out in like a day. So,
I was about to say, yeah.
But, yeah, that's really just kind of been it. Well, yeah, no, that's kind of been it. So, and I replayed Sly 1 because it's on the PS5. Yeah, again. It was funny because I was like, I always do a yearly replay of Sly Cooper, and then I was like, you know what? Let me I was like, let this be the last one I do for a while. And
then they dropped it.
Yeah, and then they dropped it, and I was like, well, I have to show up and support.
Exactly, you know?
So, which, again, if you want to look at the classics, look at some classic platformers, go download Sly 1. It's free if you have a PSN account. Please get it. It's going to be great. Yeah, that's it. So, praise and raise. My praise is going to be Nintendo. This is a praise that I'm going to share with Sam, but they're killing it. And my raise, I got 2 raises.
Extra negativity today.
Extra negativity.
He's a real gamer.
One of my raises is, Lego Horizon, just cause I feel like it's and
not the Lego Stray.
Drake, because today is the Juneteenth pop-out show that Kendrick is doing in LA, and I'm excited to just watch Kendrick perform Not Like Us live.
They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us.
But yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into the pause menu with us.
Thank you.
We got socials to plug for you guys. Simon, where can the people reach you at?
I don't really have socials, but I do have a YouTube. It's called Sparple, spelled SPARPL.
Yeah, you can find me Instagram, Pick Up the Sword. All you find there is pictures of me and my girlfriend Abby. Shout out to Abby, she's great. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. And you can find me at YouTube at GanashX, GONASHX. Not posted in there in about a month, but
you got to get on that.
We're getting back to it for sure.
Yes, sir, baby.
And you can go to my Twitter, 3rd000, or GanashX, again, same handle. And just hear me rant about stuff that no one cares about, Into the Void. So
let's get it, baby.
But yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the pause menu. I've been your host.
Listening.
Thank you.
I've been your co-host.
Yes, sir.
It's been a blast. Yeah. Go out there and play some games.
Peace.
Park your car.
Parkour.
Hug your family.
So hug your family, actually.
Go eat some dinner,
Great time to do
please.
that. Yeah. Have a blast, guys.